Hey moms, it's Katie here with MOMnation, and I am here again with another mom that has moved from another state here to Arizona. This is the State Project. If you haven't been following us, we are interviewing an awesome mom from each of the 50 states that has moved to Arizona, offering tips and tricks and things that you need to think about. So today we have Bryanna from Connecticut. There she is. Thank you so much for being with me today, Bryanna. I am excited to talk to you because I'm actually from New England as well.
Oh, okay.
So I wonder if your responses are going to be the same as mine.
Well, yeah, I guess we'll find out.
We'll find out. I'm from New Hampshire originally.
Okay.
Yeah, and I moved out here about getting up to 15 years ago now. So yeah, I'm starting to feel like a native.
Yeah, I mean, right? I was wondering when that starts to happen.
You might have a few years left still. So we'll just jump right into it. Where are you from, and when did you move to Arizona?
I'm from Connecticut, Enfield, Connecticut specifically, and we moved here July 4th weekend in 2011.
Oh wow, so you've been here a couple of years too.
Yeah, almost 8.
Nice. Why did you choose Arizona?
Well, I was a young mom, and so my dad worked in Connecticut and then randomly one day got laid off, and just out of pure luck found a job out here, and we all moved together, me and my parents, my sisters, and my daughter. So.
Oh, that is awesome. It was sort of random. It was a random situation that took me here too. So that's really cool. How long did it take you to move, start to finish?
I think, yeah, I think we found out in February that we were moving, and then we were out here in July.
So a quickie.
Yes, it was very fast.
When did you start making arrangements? Was that about February when you kind of?
February, yeah. My dad left in February, and then end of February, beginning of March, and then we stayed because my sister was a senior in high school, so we stayed a little bit later and then didn't move out until after she graduated. So we started. I mean, everything was pretty much done when we got out here. My dad had a place to stay and all that stuff lined up, so we didn't have to do much.
Nice. Well, that's perfect. Any special arrangements that you made? I know you came over with a kiddo, so did you have any special arrangements you needed to make before you came, or was that all taken care of for you?
Nope. It was just packed up and left. That's it.
So everybody needs a dad like Bryanna. What did you do to prepare for like childcare, schools, things like that?
We did look up schools and what the ratings were in different places. And then, because one of my sisters was still in high school, and then my daughter was obviously going to start school at some point. So we looked up which areas had the highest rating, and we ended up in Peoria. So the Peoria school system. So that's all we did.
Got it. Did you need to make any childcare arrangements, immediately when you got out here, or did you have that pretty much squared away between family?
I needed to get a job first. Like I worked at an orthodontist office in Connecticut and then quit to come out here, and then needed to look around and find a job before I worried about childcare. Yeah. And then once I found a job, she started some preschool, and then she ended up in kindergarten. So it was pretty easy, actually.
Nice. Now, I know it was about 8 years ago, but do you recall any particular websites that you accessed? There's one called greatschools.org. Did you use that one? Or, okay.
Yep, we used that one.
That was pretty awesome. I mean,
yeah, that one was good.
Right there. Cool. What's the biggest difference that you've discovered between your home state and Arizona?
It's really hot. It's really dusty. And I think overall people are kind of just slower paced, which took a little bit of time to get used to. Like in New England and Connecticut, it's like go, go, go. And then out here, it's kind of more relaxed and easygoing, which like I said, took a little while to get used to. But
it's kind of nice, you know?
It is nice. I'm still not 100% used to it. I still get pretty like focused on something, and we'll just start to go and do it and get all panicky and everything, but slowly getting there.
No siesta for you yet then, huh?
Yeah.
Is there a part of town that's most like your home state in terms of people, sports teams, scenery, feel? Like, where do you go when you get homesick?
the farther up north we go, the more it kind of reminds me of home, just because it's older and greener and a little bit cooler. I mean, living down in the Phoenix area is nothing like being home.
Nope, not at all. It took me a little while to get used to it too.
Yeah.
Flagstaff is definitely our go-to.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we go there a lot.
What do you wish you knew before you moved that you know now?
I don't know. That scorpions are not as big of a deal as people make them seem like they are.
That's a great one. I felt the same way. I was like so deathly afraid of them
Yes.
when I came out, and now it's like, oh, no big deal. Just squish
Yeah.
it.
I was checking my bed. I was looking at my shoes, like everything. I was freaked out. I thought there was going to be snakes all the time in my garage and everything. And it's not as big of a deal as people make it out to be.
So true. And for the most part, it's pretty manageable. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
control it. So
Yeah.
I'm with you. I live in Ahwatukee. We live up against the preserve, and so we have scorpions. I mean, it just is what it is. Most of the valley does. And we've learned to manage it, and it's really no big deal. And in fact, when we find one, it's kind of cool.
Yeah, I mean, we found a couple in the first house we lived in, and then I don't think we've seen any since then.
Yeah, they kind of stay away once you move in and you spraying and whatever. Yeah, totally agree with you. Last question: any advice you'd like to offer for families looking to move from Connecticut to Arizona?
If you're going by car, I do not recommend bringing your cat with you. That was terrible.
Oh no.
It was awful. She didn't shut up the whole time. We had to put her on a leash to bring her to the bathroom. It was awful.
Oh my God.
And then if you're coming in the summer and you're not from somewhere that's hot, hire movers, because we were taking in one box at a time and having to take breaks for 20 minutes because we were just dripping in sweat. It was awful.
Totally agree. Moved in July when I
Yep.
moved. I'm sure, because that's when we move back there, is the summertime. So
yes.
But I will say, and you can give me your opinion on this too, it gets better. Like you get acclimated. Even now when I go back to New Hampshire, which is, if it's once a year, I'm lucky, I freeze back there.
Yeah, we went back one summer to Connecticut and it was raining and I had a sweatshirt on and everybody was like, what is wrong with you? But yeah, the longer you're here, the less terrible the summer seems.
Exactly, totally. And that's manageable too. I mean, what a great state we live in, that if we want to, when it's, 180 billion in Phoenix, if we want to, we can drive 2 hours and go to Flag.
Cool. Yep, we do that a lot too.
So we're pretty lucky in that respect. And then we have our winters, which everybody's jealous of.
Yes. I love the winters here. I love that we can go out on Thanksgiving and Christmas and Easter and we can wear normal clothes. And I mean, in Connecticut, whatever you were going to be for Halloween, you had to be the fat version of it because you had to wear your puffy jacket underneath it. And here I just love that it's nice the whole time. So
totally agree. That Halloween thing is so funny. I had my son 5 years ago, and when we did our first trick or treat, I was like, hey, from New Hampshire too. I was like, hey, we don't have to wear jackets.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Bryanna, for being with me today. And I would welcome you to Arizona, but you've already been here in a while. So
yeah, a little bit.
Cool. Well, thanks again.
Thank you.